Pat Martin from Martin's Barbecue is joining us. Got a new TV show out. It's called Life of Fire. It's on the Outdoor Channel.
Dude, you're on TV.
Look at you, man. You're way too ugly to be on TV.
I am way too ugly to be on TV, man. This is definitely a radio face.
I love the fact that what you're doing is so. And correct me, please. You're the expert in barbecue and all things and whole hog barbecue and all that. I feel that there was a time that we all went. There was like a pellet smoker run, and then it turned. And then we got these guys, me included, doing like pellet smoker kind of stuff. And I always was like, I always felt like
it was
I wasn't
cheating?
true. Like it wasn't like I needed to have like real wood. And like so then I got an offset smoker, and doing that, not great. It's a lot harder than the pellet thing. And now you were taking it to this is a whole nother level. For guys who are into smoking meat, what you do and what you grew up doing is the whole hog.
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to go to that? Is that my next thing?
I don't know.
Have to do this.
I don't know if we'll go to that. Look, let me start by saying that it's not that using pellets or any modern technology that there's something wrong with that. I mean, I'm all for it. Matter of fact, I have friends call me all the time who aren't guys who are just sitting around cooking barbecue like at a granular romantic level.
Yes,
right?
I know.
And I always tell them, like, man, get a Traeger, get a pellet smoke. I mean, because they produce a fantastic product. They just do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a traditionalist and I love authenticity and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if you want to sit around on a Sunday and watch NFL all day and you don't feel like tending to it, it's the best thing you
But
could
also
grab,
part of the thing
saying?
is that's the romance of it though is tending to it.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm going with it. Is that it's not there's something wrong with that. It's the thing that's wrong with me is we're forgetting what barbecue and cooking over a live fire, a bed of coals, or whatever is all about in the first place.
So like the pellet,
because our whole society is so much faster now, and we have so much technology, and especially us as red, white, and blue Americans, man, and like how fast can we get from point A to point Z as quickly as possible with as little effort?
Well, that's the thing is
and you lose the romanticism.
We're always looking for the shortcuts.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think what I'm gathering this as somebody who does not cook on a barbecue and all that. I'm terrible. I'm a terrible dude. But I see that like the pellet things and all that, like playing video games on easy mode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it is though. But the thing is, Bubba, man, guys are ruthless. Guys are cool with each other until you start getting into smoking world, and then they'll be cool to be like, "Oh, you got that's cool." But it's like women judging other women's shoes. It's like that.
Such a great analogy.
It's the same. When I see a guy who's like, "Oh, what you got and it's like it's getting to where it's like the most. I light a tree on fire. I put a hole in the tree and stick a fire in the tree. It's like everyone's getting more and more. What's the next thing?
So they try to go as tribal as possible?
It's exactly right.
Wow.
Yeah,
but
you do get a lot of the like I'm not rubs and sauces. Let's just start there with to expound on your point.
Hang on a second. Hang on. We'll do this. We have to take a break. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk some rubs and sauces, Bubba. Are you okay? Are you taking this all in? Come on, man.
I'm learning today, and I'm getting hungry.
All right, Life of Fire.
Hungry.
Life of Fire. It's a new series. It's on Outdoor Channel. Pat Martin is with us. We'll come back and blow some brain coming up. Hang on. All right, in the studio is Pat Martin. He has got a new TV series called Life of Fire on Outdoor Channel. Successful with restaurants, Martin's Barbecue. We've got, what's the?
Hugh Babies,
Sweet
Milk, my new breakfast spot.
And so he knows what he's doing. But we're talking about, this is a true, like, ladies, you should be listening to this. You can smoke too, but it's such a guy thing. On how to like what you should buy your guy for his birthday or all that kind of stuff. Spices and rubs.
Well, I want to use spices and rubs as an example. To expound on what you were saying earlier is that is everybody, the whole mindset of I've got this secret rub or secret sauce, and it's all BS. I mean, when you break down a rub, it's salt and sugar with paprika with some citric acid or lemon pepper, whatever. And so what happens is, I've got this secret thing, and they're usually tasting it raw, right? And they're trying to get a bark in a smoker. You're going to get a bark. Well, you could line up 10 rubs, and they all are fantastic. I have a rub, Big Hoss rub at Martin's. I'm proud as all get out of it. But once you apply those 10 rubs on 10 different Boston butts or shoulders or whatever, that bark at the end, you'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference to find the rub that you like the best. That bark is going to be pretty much the same.
Interesting. All right.
Sauces are also not as much as rubs, but sauces also, they have this like secrecy, this aura about it, and it's just not, man. I mean, it's the other thing specific with sauces is we've been taught over the past 20, 30 years, in my opinion, but really probably the past 20 is it's almost like we're cooking barbecue as a vehicle to get the sauce in our mouth. Man, that is
it's the other way around.
It's the other way around. A sauce should be ancillary.
I don't even use sauce on my stuff. I'm down with the rub, and that's it. I like everything dry,
and
so you can taste the meat.
Yeah, I'm a dry guy, but I'm a vinegar guy, and vinegar, especially with younger kids or folks. I'm 52, so I'm gonna say, in their 30s and younger. Vinegar. No, vinegar is not bad. Vinegar actually lifts the meat up. You have to have an acid to offset a fat. That's why we have a vinaigrette. You have an olive oil and you have a vinegar, and when it's emulsified, it makes this great dressing. And as crazy as that analogy might be, it's really not that crazy. You have a fat in whether it's brisket or pork or ribs or whatever, but specifically the bigger, tougher cuts of meat, away from like ribs and stuff. Those need a vinegar to offset that fat. It lifts the flavor up. It makes the flavor more pronounced on your palate, and also cleans your palate for the next bite. So you're not just sitting there with sugar and like those big, thick, heavy sauces with meat. Like that's not it.
Yes, I agree.
And those sweeter sauces go better with like an open pit chicken or open pit ribs or smoked ribs or chicken. But the bigger, heavier cuts of meat, no. So anyway, to your point, it's that everybody's made barbecue so deadgum competitive because we didn't invent barbecue, but our country is definitely the one that staked our flag and said barbecue's our identity. You know, and if you ask anybody in the world, name a food that describes an American, barbecue's probably going to be the one or two.
Yep.
Right? So, and we're competitive by nature, and that's cool. And I love competition barbecue. I've done it. I've done Memphis in May several times. And it's more, though, we're losing the whole reason. Those romantic stories that most of us, especially in the South or the Midwest, have had, where once a year our uncles would get around and drink beer and cook a pig, on the ground, or fraternity parties, we'd always have a pig roast or something like that.
Yep.
There was a reason why when people talk about those things and when they experience them, there was a reason why they wax romantic about it. Is because it was special, and it's a memory they'll never forget. And I think with a lot of the technology on barbecue now, and it's not just like we were talking about pellets, but it's electric smokers or got fans. Man, it's like NASA now with some of these barbecue smokers, and it's becoming so easy to make a great product. You're like, and I would be, my personality is this guy if I wasn't so into barbecue as a person, like let's just use that pellet today. Forget it, man. What I mean?
Yeah, right. It's fascinating to watch when you see someone grilling over an open fire. It's a different beast, and it is not the easiest thing to do, but you're going to watch Pat do it, and on his TV show, it's called Life of Fire. It's on the Outdoor Channel. Check it out and be amazed. Before you know it, you're going to have a whole setup. Man, it's like
stuff.
hunting. It's like you getting into hunting, and it's like golf, hunting,
no, actually,
smoking.
Bro, actually, on my deal, I'm going to have you have like basically a grate, and that's all you need.
That's it.
That's it. Like, you don't need all this stuff. I mean, unless you wanted to cook something on a spit, that's a different type of mechanical thing. But no, really, man, you need a 2-foot by 18-inch wide grate that stands 15 inches off the ground, and go to work.
A grill and a will.
Yeah, I mean, you can barbecue. You
Someone
can
just
grill.
said a grill and a will.
Grill and a will is all you need.
You could
bud.
steal that.
Yeah.
You could totally steal that.
That's going to be Pat's next tattoo.
If
or his
it
first
ever ends
tattoo.
up on T-shirts, I want one.
Just a touch. Just give me a
Just
free
double
shirt.
X.
Kick a royalty back to
That's
you.
right. Dude, it's good to see you. Pat Martin's new show. It's
man,
called
thank
Life
you.
of Fire. Check it out on the Outdoor Channel. Well, because over the years, teenage kids have told you to like and subscribe, we don't have to say that anymore.
You know what to do.